Mr. Chilaka, good to have you join us. Let's just get started. What are the primary objectives of this proposed bill seeking a single-day general elections? How does it aim to improve the current electoral process?
For me, it's a welcome development. It's going to save costs to start with, and it's going to ensure that this whole idea of declaring public holidays and all of that, I hope it is part of what is in the bill that will be thrown out. But, yes, in as much as everybody wants us to have all the elections in one day, there are things I would want the bill to take care of. And one of them is the fact that in all of this, we must give room for those in diaspora to be able to vote. It's very, very important because you can't ask people in diaspora to be sending money home, but you don't, give them opportunity to exercise their civic responsibility when it comes to voting. So I think it's one of the things I would want that bill to capture. And also, I want the bill to capture what plays out in terms of electing the INEC chairman. I think it is high time the INEC chairman or the appointment of the INEC chairman should be taken away from the presidency and thrown to the people. I mean, when I say the people, I mean a forum where all the political parties can come together and nominate somebody they believe has honor and proven integrity to run INEC. And such person must also have the capacity to be able to do the right thing and not being bullied. And thirdly, the structure of the elections. I am also advocating, I'm one of those advocating that we should stop putting the party logos on the ballot papers. Let us put the faces of those who are contesting the elections so that we know who is contesting and know whether that person has the credibility to be elected. This whole idea of putting party logos is also part of the deception that goes with, a flawed electoral process.
Now, we know that there are challenges from our past election cycle, whether it was from 2019 or 2023, we've seen challenges. I can only imagine what it's like transitioning to a single-day general elections from the federal level to a local government level. What are some challenges that you anticipate?
Well, if the election umpire, INEC, do the right thing, there shouldn't be any challenge at all. Because it's just an issue of putting all the ballot papers there, putting all the ballot papers out there, and then let the people go and vote. So I don't think there should be any challenge at all. We're just the ones making the challenges. The INEC umpire, they're the ones creating challenges. But I believe that if we won the elections in one day, it is possible. It's just a matter of the ballot papers, having all the different elections. You go to vote. If there's House of Rep, federal, state, governor, president, you just thumbprint and, it goes free. So I do not think there should be any challenges.
And how does this bill balance the need for a streamlined election process with the potential for increased voter suppression risks? Because we saw that as well in 2023. Not really voter suppression, but voter apathy, or better yet, should I say disenfranchisement? There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. There were people who, we saw the viral videos, we saw the violence and, the late arrival of electoral officers and the materials as well. Some persons ended up not voting because their officials never arrived at that location. There's also the riverine areas to begin with. Nigeria is very vast. To do general elections on the same day, how can we streamline the process with the potential for increased voter suppression risks?
Well, first and foremost, the people need to be educated, the people need to be informed, and people need to be made to understand that their votes count. The apathy you're having in terms of people not turning out for elections or to come and vote is because the people feel that their votes are not being, counted, as we saw what played out in the 2023 elections. So, but I believe that if we're going to put one day to have an election, and it's going to fall, say, on a Saturday, we're going to have the election. I believe that between Thursday, Friday, every state, every local government, every ward should be able to have the documents sent to them. It's not rocket science. It's not something we should all, be wondering how it's going to be done. It's just a matter of having people who are committed, people who are ready, and people who are patriotic to do this job. And it will be done. So I don't see any problem. And the only problem I see is also the problem of the politicians themselves, who at the end of the day would want to grab it, snatch it, and run and all of that. But I believe that if we have for those who will be conducting the elections and for those who will be voting, I am telling you, it will become a piece of cake and people will be happy and, you know, in terms of having to go to the judiciary and all of that. So we must have a system where the election will be conducted in one of the day. Nobody should get sworn in until all legal issues are sorted out. So I do not see any problem with having election in one day. I do not see any problem with having the materials distributed in the same day. These are possible. We have the manpower, we have the resources to do it.
There is a bill that has scaled through a second reading that has scaled through during the plenary today, the House of Representatives, and it's a bill that's seeking to strip vice president, governors, and their deputies of immunity. It has now been passed through for second reading. What's your reaction to that?
I think in that bill they should also include the president. That if we're talking of democracy now.
Why do you say that?
The proper rule of law. Everybody should be left, you know, so that people will know that, you see, this thing about immunity clause is just protecting people unnecessarily. And that is why, you know, if you saw what played out between Yaya Bello, the governor of Kogi State Dodo, and the EFCC, you saw that the governor was using his immunity clause to protect him. So if we're going to throw out immunity clause, let everybody be at par. And you know that, yes, you have no immunity to do certain things. And you would find out that people will sit up. Because at that point in time, you know that if you are a governor, you can be sued. Nobody would, there's nothing like anything in protecting you. Because if you begin to protect people from those who have elected them, then there's a big problem. But it's a good bill. I mean, the only thing missing from it is the fact that they have not explained to us why the president is not part of those who are going to lose their immunity.
Well, Mr. Francis Chilaka, I must say thank you for taking out the time to join us today. Many thanks for your insight. We appreciate you for coming on. Francis Chilaka,
You're welcome.